Who is he? Bae Suzy'S secret CEO lover shocks the world. He was the only person who saw the real me, and yet I've never seen his face. In a world obsessed with celebrity pairings, red carpet love stories, and scandalous affairs, South Korea's sweetheart Bae Suzy just rewrote the rules. The singer-actress, known for her poise, elegance, and heartbreaking vulnerability on screen, has stunned the world with a love story that sounds more like the script of a thriller romance K-drama than real life. The twist? She fell in love with a man whose face she's never seen. Even more shocking, he's not just any man. He's a CEO of a billion-dollar company. And no one, not her fans, not her agency, not even Suzy herself, knows who he really is. Until now. Maybe it began innocently, quietly, so quietly, in fact, that no one noticed what happened. According to Suzy, she received her first letter during production of her 2023 hit drama, The Forgotten Garden. The cast was filming in Jeju when a handwritten envelope arrived, addressed only to Miss Bae Suzy, to be opened when you feel lost. I thought it was a fan letter, Suzy revealed, but when I opened it, there were no pictures, no name, just a quote. Even stars can feel lonely in the sky, but that doesn't make them any less beautiful. And a signature, H. She placed it in her bag, touched but slightly unnerved, until the second letter came. Then the third, all hand-delivered, always signed, H. And always arriving on days she was at her lowest. I was in a dark place. Everyone saw the glitz, but I was crumbling inside. I didn't feel like I belonged to anyone anymore. Those letters, they saved me. Over the course of a year, Suzy received 17 letters. Some contained poetry. Others included riddles. A few even referenced specific things only someone watching her closely could have known, like her favorite scent, white jasmine at night, or how she always tapped her pen 3 times before signing autographs. He was watching, but it didn't feel creepy. It felt like someone was protecting me from a distance, like I mattered to someone for who I was when the cameras were off. Her staff thought it might be a devoted fan. Her friends teased her. Her manager investigated. But no one could trace the origin. The letters came through couriers, timed to avoid security. No fingerprints. No CCTV hits. Until one day, a single black box arrived at her private villa in Seoul. Inside, a necklace shaped like a crescent moon. Elegant, custom-made, and a note, I know you're scared of falling, but what if you fall into something beautiful? H. Suzy broke down crying. Months after the black box, Suzy was alone in Paris for Fashion Week when she received an encrypted email from an untraceable account. Subject line, would you like to meet? Attached was a single audio file. She almost deleted it, but curiosity won. She played it, and for the first time, she heard his voice. I know this is crazy, but I didn't fall in love with you because of your face or fame. I fell in love with the way you write about pain in your journals, the way you cry behind closed doors when you think no one's watching, the way you laugh like you still believe in magic. I don't want to hide forever, but I need to know if you're willing to fall in love with someone you may never see until the time is right. Her heart froze, and then melted. She responded with a single sentence. Yes, I'm ready. For the next 6 months, Bae Suzy entered what may be the most mysterious relationship in celebrity history. No dates, no selfies, no paparazzi, no identity. And yet, she says it was the most real connection she's ever had. They communicated via voice messages, hidden letters, and private encrypted texts. He sent her a music playlist titled, For Suzy Only, with songs that made her cry on planes. He once arranged for a Parisian chef to secretly deliver her favorite macarons to the set of Secret Affection. She knew only that he was powerful, immensely wealthy, and constantly traveling for non-entertainment business. And one detail that chilled her, he once described my dress from an event I hadn't even posted online yet. That's when I realized he wasn't watching from afar. He was there, maybe even in the same room. Who was he? After Suzy's Vogue interview dropped last week, with subtle but intentional hints about the anonymous CEO, the internet exploded. Detective and obsessed fans, began compiling clues. The man signed only H. He was involved in multiple industries: tech, philanthropy, media. He knew her schedule intimately, possibly even had security access. He once referenced a meeting with Musk that had to be cut short for a far more important reason. Top theories flooded online forums. Hyun Seok Kim, a reclusive AI mogul who recently purchased a private island. Han Jae-won, a young aerospace CEO who vanished from social media in 2022. Hwang Min, the mysterious founder of Spectre Technologies, a multi-billion-dollar company with rumored government contracts. Even Lee Min-ho's name was jokingly thrown in, though fans quickly laughed that off. Suzy was invited to a masquerade gala hosted by an anonymous tech conglomerate in Vienna. The invitation had no company name, only an H embossed in silver. Her heart stopped. She went, "The venue, a 200-year-old chateau. The guests, masked, elite silent. And then he arrived. Tall, black suit, silver mask. No words, just a single dance. When he took my hand, I knew it was him, not because of his voice or even his scent, but because my soul recognized him. We didn't need words." When the music stopped, he leaned in and whispered, "Soon, Suzy," and he disappeared into the night. I've always said I'd come to you when I could give you everything in the light. But the truth is, there are people who would destroy you if they knew you were mine. I've spent my life in shadows to protect those I love. I can't pull you into them. Not yet. I'm not leaving you. I'm waiting until I'm free, until we both are. H. No return address. No signal. No response. He vanished. In a tearful confession to a close friend who spoke on condition of anonymity, Suzy admitted, "I thought he was going to propose. I had the ring he sent in my coat pocket. I was going to say yes, even without a face." Today, she wears the crescent moon necklace every day. She still writes to him in her journal, and she waits, not desperately, but hopefully. "I know it sounds impossible," Suzy said in a recent interview, "but you don't need someone's face to fall in love. You need their truth, and his was the most beautiful I've ever known." Whispers in Seoul's business elite hint that H may reveal himself before the end of 2025. A few insiders claim a global press conference tied to an upcoming tech merger will introduce a young, unseen billionaire with ties to Suzy's agency. If true, it could become the biggest celebrity business crossover in Asia's history. Until then, one of the greatest modern love stories remains an unsolved mystery. Will Suzy's unseen CEO lover return? Will she wait forever? And when he removes the mask, will the world ever be the same again? Only time will tell. He loved me in the dark, and somehow that felt more honest than any spotlight ever could. The world hasn't stopped spinning since Bae Suzy revealed her soul-shaking romance with a man whose face she never saw, whose name she never knew, only a signature, H. But as the world clings to every cryptic clue and whisper of a masked billionaire, Suzy's love story grows deeper, more haunting, and more beautiful than anyone imagined. One of the most breathtaking pieces of the mystery came during Suzy's Vogue Korea interview, where she recounted the night she felt H, before she even knew she loved him. It was at a fan meeting in Tokyo. The crowd was screaming, cameras flashing, but in the middle of that chaos, I looked to the back row. There was a man, not clapping, just standing, watching. I couldn't explain why, but something inside me knew it was him. When she returned to her hotel, she found a note slipped beneath her door. "You smiled tonight like you remembered how." That was all I needed to see. H. That's when her guards went up and then fell, because this wasn't a stalker. This was someone who understood her pain, not her fame. 6 weeks into their correspondence, Suzy received a phone with no number, no brand, just a single app that allowed voice recordings. There was no caller ID, no video, only voice. I was terrified at first, but the first message he sent made my heart stop. It wasn't a pickup line or a romantic quote. It was, "Did anyone ask how you're doing today?" Not Bae Suzy. "Just you." She cried. And then, for the first time in years, she replied not as a celebrity, but as Bae Suzy, the girl who once dreamed of singing the streets of Gwangju, not performing in arenas. They began leaving each other voice messages at 2 a.m., raw, vulnerable, filled with shared secrets. He once told her his greatest fear was dying with his truth hidden beneath a $1 million suit. Though Suzy didn't know H's face, she knew him. She says she'd recognize his presence in any room. Which brings us to the fateful masquerade gala in Vienna, a story now whispered like legend in luxury circles. Suzy didn't want to go, but the envelope arrived with a crescent seal, the same shape as her necklace. I walked into that room, heart racing. Every man wore a mask, but when he took my hand, I just knew I didn't need to ask. They danced once. No words, just one song, one heartbeat. His hand rested on my back like it belonged there, not possessively, gently, reverently. I had never been touched like that. As the music faded, he leaned in and whispered, "Not yet, but soon." What the world didn't know, until now, is that H had sent a ring just weeks before disappearing, delivered in a box no bigger than a teacup, wrapped in deep navy velvet, with a handwritten note inside. "If you can say yes without needing to see my face, then I'm already yours. H." Suzy carried the ring to the masquerade. She had it in her clutch that night. She was ready to say yes. But he left before she could give her answer. I was so sure he'd reveal himself that night. I was prepared to say yes. I had rehearsed it in my head. But when he walked away, I stood there for 5 minutes, just breathing in his cologne, tears running down my face. The world is desperate to uncover the identity of H, and rumors are growing louder. Some insiders claim he's Han Jaiwan, the AI tycoon who vanished from public life after a tragic accident involving his brother. Others whisper about Hwang Min, the elusive genius behind SpectreTech, who's rumored to live off-grid. A third theory names Haruto Kang, a half-Korean, half-Japanese mogul who owns majority shares in multiple K-drama production studios, including those Suzy has worked with. One staffer from a luxury watch brand, who asked to remain anonymous, claimed H once ordered a limited edition watch for her, paid in cash, sent no return address. When we opened the engraving, it read, "To the star who found me in the dark." 3 weeks ago, just when the world thought H might reveal himself, he disappeared. No more messages, no more letters, just silence. His final note, delivered through a courier Suzy swears she didn't recognize, read, "I am not gone. I am protecting you. Some truths come with dangers I'm not ready to share. But if this is real, you'll wait, or you'll fly free. Either way, my love will follow you like the moon follows the tide." Suzy hasn't stopped wearing the crescent moon necklace since. She canceled her Paris appearance quietly. Her agency claimed exhaustion. Fans knew better. People tell me I'm crazy, that this isn't real, that I'm being played. But love isn't always about logic. Sometimes it's about knowing, even if you don't understand. Bae Suzy, she's continued to work, throwing herself into a new film. But insiders say she's different, calmer, quieter, sometimes seen gazing at the sky, lost in thought. "If you ask me whether I still believe he'll come back," she said, voice trembling, "I do. Not today. Maybe not this year. But love like that, it doesn't just disappear." In her diary entry leaked by a close friend, allegedly with her consent, Suzy wrote, "I never knew his face, but I knew his soul, and if he ever walks into a room and reaches for my hand again, I'll know it's him. Who is H? Will he return? Or is Suzy destined to carry a love story the world may never see concluded? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. He may have hidden his face, but he left his heart wide open. And Suzy, our brightest star, chose to love